Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Ryan. This is Fine Detailing. Thank you so much for joining. If this is your first time, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this video out. I would appreciate it. It helps me get in front of more people. If this is your first time, welcome to the channel. I really appreciate you joining. Again, my name is Ryan. I have a professional detail shop in Scottsdale, Arizona. We also have a retail storefront and an online store. So in today's video, I just recently opened a new shop and I've opened a retail store, and I'm finding that I have a lot less time on my hands than normal. And what has gotten away from me is my own washing of my own car, right? Last thing you want to see is, come to your detailer and he's got a dirtier car than you, right? He or she. So I recently rediscovered my love of Bilt Hamber Touchless. So that's the star of today's video. We're going to talk through it. I'm going to show you a few different ways to use it and kind of talk through its value props. So we have Bilt Hamber Touchless. This is a product out of the UK. It's a sugar-based snow foam, and it's surfactant based. And the idea is you spray it on your car, you let it dwell for, I think you can let it dwell for up to 5 to 7 minutes, conditions, dependent. And that snow foam is going to eat away at the dirt and road film. And then by the time you're ready to rinse it, in combination with the pressure washer and the work that this did on the paint, in theory, it's called touch less. You touch your car less. So in theory, it should remove a lot of the dirt and the contamination. So that's why this product was developed. It's biodegradable. It's just a really, really strong product that works really well. There's a couple ways you can use it. You can use it in the foam cannon, and then if you do that, you're going to have to calculate your PIR, and PIR stands for panel impact ratio. And all that means, if you think about it, right, you have a foam cannon, okay, you have product in the cannon, and then water mixes through here and pulls the product through. So what ends up on the panel is your panel impact, right? So if you mix this 1 to 10, this isn't actually hitting the panel 1 to 10, it's maybe hitting the panel at 1 to 100. So to get exactly what we want on the panel, you have to calculate your PIR. There is a little work involved, there's a little math involved, but it's actually very, very easy. I'm going to link in the description below a spreadsheet created by my good friend Steve Pearson. Make sure you go check out his channel. I'll link that down below as well. He created a really, really user-friendly spreadsheet. You will need a bucket, you'll need your foam cannon, and you'll need a scale. After that, the spreadsheet literally tells you what to do step by step. It'll take you maybe 5 minutes, calculate it, and then once you're done, just literally write on your bottle what your PIR is, and then you never have to calculate it again. Now, it's specific to your pressure washer and to your foam cannon, so you can't necessarily use mine. If you have the exact same foam cannon and the exact same pressure washer, maybe you could try it, but again, it's just really, really easy to calculate. Now, if you're like, Ryan, I don't want to deal with that, please do not just glug this into the foam cannon. You're going to get the wrong dilutions. It could be too strong and you could cause damage to your car. So please follow the PIR. If you don't want to deal with PIR and you want to use, let's say, a sprayer, the other thing that is really easy and actually more cost effective is diluting the product directly in your sprayer. So if you have an IKE foamer or if you have a spray bottle, whatever it is, simple way to calculate the PIR, take the total volume of water. What is this? I have 350 mLs, 350 times, let's say we want a 2% PIR. Okay, so that is 7 milliliters of Bilt Hamber goes into this 350 bottle, and then it sprays and you're ready to go. So that's how you calculate it. You just multiply whatever percent PIR, and this new formula, they tell you can do 0.5, 1, and 2% PIR. That is as high as you need to go. The older one went up to 5. You do not need to do that because this is a strong cleaning product. So we're going to show you both here. And what I touched on earlier in the video is, like, I don't have a lot of time these days. So what I've been doing lately is the lazy man's wash. I'm literally, and I'll show you that in this video, I'm gonna foam my car down, let it dwell, and then I'm gonna rinse it with DI water and maybe quickly dry it with the blow dryer and call it a day. And that way I can kind of, get my car washed in 20 minutes and have it look semi-acceptable, and then go back and do, full detail when I have time. So I'm gonna mix this up at 2% PIR. We can use this on the wheels. I can show you what that looks like as a pre-treat. And then I'm gonna mix up the Bilt Hamber at 1% PIR. A lot of people just go for the nuke and they go for 2%. You do not have to go for 2%. You know, test this out in your conditions. Winter is coming for a lot of you, and you know, you might need a stronger dilution, and that's fine. But again, you don't have to start at the 2. So I'm gonna show you what this can do at 1%. My car is dirty. It's been sitting out for a couple weeks now without a wash. So I've got some bird droppings or whatever it is on the windshield I'll show you, and some dirt and some dust around the whole car. But I'm only gonna try this at 1%. So with my mixture, 1% PAR, we have 900 mils in the cannon. We have 793 mils of water in the cannon. So we're only gonna do 107 mils in the, of the product. So I have that mixed up. Setting up the exposure settings here. So there we go. You see how much dust is on the car? All right, some bugs. Okay, so we're gonna do a little quick pre-treat with the spray bottle on the wheels, because I have 2%, and then on the paint, and then we'll just redo the wheels. We're gonna try 1%. So let's start there. So obviously it's less fun, you know, not doing foam, right? But I'm gonna do my wheel wells in there, kind of spray it in my wheels real good. Now, you can use this. I have the IK, I have the Pressols. You can use this in a pump foamer, which works really well. So we're gonna let that sit. You know, something to address too, guys, is that some people have had streaking or talked about how this product can damage trim. You know, just like any other detailing product, you wanna kind of do test spots and double check certain areas. So like, I've seen people damage some like Tesla trim or some BMW trim. Again, if you're using it at 2%, maybe it will, or maybe you left it too long, or maybe you're using it in the sun. I haven't experienced any damage with it, but again, with any other product, just be smart with it and test it out and see what happens. Just don't let it dry. Just don't let it dry on the surfaces. Don't do it in direct sun. Or if you do it in direct sun, definitely foam it and just leave it for less dwell time. Man, this is eating away some dirt here. As I have the wheels pre-sprayed, those are, you know, starting to dry out, so something to pay attention to. So have the chemical mixed up, and I'm gonna start from bottom to top so we don't get any streaks. So I'm actually gonna turn down the knob so it's not as foamy. Let me bring you in on the other side and show you what a slightly runnier look looks like. So I think I like it a little bit runnier, because what happens is the snow foam can tend to run off the car a little too quick. Let me get the back. So I like to turn the knob down just a little bit. There we go. So I just find I get better dwell time. Yeah, that looks cool on camera. I'll try and cut in from the other side and show you how well that's dwelling while we leave this on camera for you. You know, if you put it too heavy, you know, this has only been dwelling, what, 30 seconds? See how it's kind of sheeting off and it's kind of breaking up? Now it's overall, it's still pretty good, but it's clinging in some good areas, but like, you know, it's all off the windows and it's breaking up just because the foam is a little too thick and it's a little too heavy, right? So then that means it dries up inconsistently. So I tend to do it just a tinge lighter, because I think it lasts a little bit longer. So I'm going to touch up some spots. All right, I've switched to DI water. We are at about, I'm probably only at about 4, maybe approaching 5 minutes. So I'm just gonna go through with the pressure washer. I think it's nonsense to rinse from bottom up or top bottom. I don't think it makes a difference. Let me know in the comments. Now, I understand you can do that to be more controlled and see where you've been, but for some of you, I'll do it bottom up and then I'll probably forget and then just go haywire. So with the Bilt Hamber on the surface, plus the power of the pressure washer, this will work. Customer came by, so the car is almost dry, but I rinsed it with DI, so I'll show you here. Or actually, you know what? It's dried, right? So I didn't do anything to it. So we've got a some toilet paper. How do we feel about that? I mean, all right, and then last thing, you know, if you want to speed up the process, again, this is just DI water, so you can literally just like let it dry. But if you want to speed it up and you don't want drips, this is the Ego 880. So I just turn this on. Bore you with drying the whole car. But that's it. So I've been doing that a lot more recently with the Bilt Hamber Touchless. Like he's like, all right, I have 20 minutes. Literally pull it back here, foam it on dry, let it dwell for 4 or 5 minutes, however much time in the shade, and then rinse it with DI water. And again, if I have the time, I'll hit it with the blower. Otherwise, I'll just park it inside, call it good. And that's what's been working for me. So again, like, yeah, I do want to come back in for a contact wash eventually and get it real clean, dress the tires, clean the wheels, do a true detail. But if you're in a pinch and you just want your car cleaned up, it's just such a great product. You can use it as a pre-wash too, as a part of your regimen, and then go in for the contact wash as well. But I just haven't used it in a while, and I forgot how solid it really is. So I hope that was helpful for you. I hope you guys will give it a shot, especially with winter coming up. It's not going to be perfect, but again, in my opinion, with the pressure washer and the chemical, that's what helps you remove the dirt, right? No chemical is gonna, that, you know, might not have come off that well with, like, let's say a garden hose. You could try it if you have good flow, but I think a pressure washer is necessary, and that helps you knock off the dirt. So look, guys, again, I hope that was helpful. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I appreciate it. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks all.